Okay.
So, my friend,
Yeah.
hit us up.
Food. I really think there is a lot of diseases coming out in the food industry, causing people to get cancer, liver disease, and even Alzheimer's, especially in canned foods. Cancer rate nowadays is alarmingly high, and it all stems from food. I believe that food is being processed way too fast, especially livestock, chickens. I think that we're at a climate where us humans we are producing too fast to the point that we can't afford or maintain us. So farmers and other main producers have to produce their food rapidly and not safe and sanitary for us to eat. I've seen a lot of documentaries and I even been to a few plants where like I see them cutting out pus or sucking out pus out of cows and stuff and then shipping it to your local grocery store. That's why I don't eat pork, so that was that was good. I stopped eating beef. The chicken I eat once in a while. I mostly eat fish and whole grains and veggies. It's more healthy, but is it healthier? Not really. But compared to beef and chicken, yeah, there's a lot of cross contamination as well when it comes to our food being processed that a lot of people don't know about. I see it almost every day, and I talk to people about it every day. I know people that been healthy all day around, or even been vegans from day one since birth, and as soon as they had meat, they had an illness, which is scary because what's that say with people that been eating meat since they were babies? You know what I'm saying? And what we put in our bodies, it corrupts your next generation from our kids or even our DNA structure. It gets ruined by foods, radiation, what we eat, exercise, and what chemicals, aka like body deodorant or Axe, whatever, we put onto our bodies. Our DNA is always getting scrambled every day, but it's getting more discombobulated. I love that word. By food. And I think schools should be giving us knowledge about food.
Yeah.
But I think it's a touchy subject because food is life.
Yeah.
And if you really know what goes on with your food, a lot of us will start being vegans. But even the certain vegan farms, how they process their food is not healthy as well. For example, let's just say a vegan farm has like radishes and all that stuff. They can't put pesticide and all that stuff. They literally have to shoot down the rodents in their fields. Yeah, it's still not humane. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you still have to kill something at the end of the day. As for livestock, we're still killing it and we're still cooking it. Vegans, they still have to kill I'll call it prey onto their farms so that their livestock of fresh veggies and fruits isn't being contaminated or eaten. There's at one point there's going to be a killing in each way you look at it. Either you're going vegan or not vegan. Something has to die for you to get your food.
Wow. I didn't even know that. I didn't even realize that. And I did understand about the whole thing about the pesticides.
Yeah.
In the vegan plants and whatnot. Like the farmers, they don't use the pesticides out there. And I didn't even realize that that's how they had to get rid of birds and rats and
just shoot them down.
Jeez. And that's also the reason why it's like, you know, with like the growth hormones.
Yeah.
And the growth hormones that they're using in like cows and whatnot. It's like, or in chickens.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you get like a chicken is like normal size is like a small size.
Yeah.
But then you have like you're getting food from like Popeyes. And, sorry, I gotta blast Popeyes right now. But you're getting like a breast meat from Popeyes, and it's huge breast meat. Like,
well, a lot of people don't realize, especially with chickens, a lot of grocery stores will pump it with water, so it looks plump. And once you cook it, it just shrivels into something that, like, what the hell is this? Like, I didn't buy this. Some people even inject like fluids into it so it lasts longer or preserves longer on the shelves at the grocery store. There's a lot of thin tape when it comes to our food. I don't want to blast anybody, but I know there's a certain documentary that they're not really selling salt cod. It's snake. Yeah, because when you dissect a snake, a big snake, it has the same anatomy as a cod. You just gotta scale it properly in the same shape, and it looks like cod.
Holy crap!
And they're selling it as cod, but it really is snake. It's same texture, same everything. It's just the cooking time is different from regular cod. It'll start to shrivel up real fast than actual fish.
Okay.
So a lot of people that don't really cook cod won't really see the difference.
Yeah.
As for pork, I don't eat it, so I'm good. I've been seeing there's been like worms into the pork, or like pus or little veins here and there. But it all comes down to when you buy your meats, are you cleaning your meat before you eat it?
Yeah, I saw
a lot of people ain't cleaning their meat before they cook it.
Yeah, I saw this thing on what's it called? They were I think it was the Talk on in Canada. I think it's called the Talk, and they were saying about how this one woman on there is saying that how she just takes her ground beef, and she just take it and just throw it in the pan, and like it has the little she called it like the maxi pad and whatever, and she just throw it in the pan and cook up her stuff.
Yeah.
And the black girl on there, the black girl on there was like, so hold on, when do you guys wash your meats? Like,
I can't lie, like you can't wash ground beef. Like,
my mom does the whole thing about you
can't wash ground beef. If it's chicken,
you gotta wash that.
You gotta wash that shit.
If it's beef, you gotta wash that.
Ground beef, I just straight to the fire, man.
No,
season straight to the fire.
Yeah, but it's like chicken and like actual like say steak or something. It's like you wash it, and the process for the washing is either like lime juice,
or
vinegar, and you wash the meat, and then you cook your meat. But it's like no people just like straight to the fire.
But there's some people that take the cleaning of their meat to the next level. Mm-hmm. Like they use Dawn soap.
Yo, what do you?
And all that stuff to clean their meat. Like all you need is lime juice, vinegar, a little bit of lukewarm water. Because if it's too hot, you're gonna cook your meat.
Dawn, you're trying to kill people? People trying to kill themselves?
Yeah, man. Like
using Dawn.
Jeez. They want that stuff wholly cleaned.
Oh my god. Yes.
But yeah, when it comes to your food, the best way to go about it is produce it yourself. Mm. If you have the time, the money, and the resource, produce it yourself. Make your own farm in the backyard. Grow your little livestock, little chickens here and there, little goats. So you know what's going on. You're the one that's feeding your livestock. You're the one that's going to the garden every other day and making sure it's nice, up to par with no pesticides and no nothing. You know what you're putting into your body. Grocery stores, even if you want to go to what's it called again, Whole Foods or the organic place, they're much better, but the prices is kind of outrageous. It is what it is. You're paying for what they want to call free range and no chemicals, no nothing. That's fine if you want to believe that. But me personally, I rather farm my own stuff.
Yeah. And they also have the thing where, do you believe that whole, like, I have a theory, but I was just wondering, like, I think it's out there, that a lot of the girls, like, especially the young girls now, getting fuller breasts
because of the food. Yeah.
Because of the chicken, like they're injecting the chicken with growth hormones and stuff.
It's because of the food, yeah. There's somebody I know, like he has an infant boy, right? Mm-hmm. And that kid's a damn tank for his age. Like, I thought this kid was 4 or 5 years old, mm-hmm. but he's 2. Yeah, he is 2. And the father's telling me he has to make a meal plan for his 2-year-old son. The kid eats rice, he eats chicken breast, he eats grilled cheese sandwiches, but he's not, like, don't get twisted, he's not fat. Like, he's a stocky little boy. Mm-hmm. So, if now, at his age of 2, has a meal plan, imagine him at elementary school, high school, college. Imagine his wife has to deal with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's literally eating 4 meals a day. And he's a 2-year-old. And, like, once again, this kid is not fat. He is stocky. I don't know. Even for my son. Like, my son, he's about 5. I want to say he's 4'8", probably 5 foot.
Yeah.
And he's young. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not a grown-ass man. He's not a grown-ass man. And he's doing amazing for his age. To the point teachers think that he should be in grade 4, grade 5 because of how tall he is. Mm-hmm. Which is crazy. So, you know, I think it really is what the food that kids are digesting nowadays. But they're not going to believe me. I'm just a nobody. I'm a conspiracy theory person, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know what's going on in my food.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't consider you a conspiracy theorist. No, because, like, look, from when I was younger to where I am now, like, our food has changed. Our food
100%.
Has changed completely. Like, the fact of, like, I just recently had, I think it was like a week ago or whatever, I had Dunkaroos. No, Dunkaroos do not taste the same from when I was younger because everything changes.
Yeah.
You know, chemical balance of everything changes. Because, like, in Canada, they've made, like, new standards.
Yeah.
Of how our food consumption is, and that's why a lot of stuff that are coming from the States don't get in because
100%.
It doesn't fit our standards. And now, like, even with the fact of milk.
Yeah.
Like, it was just Canadian milk. We're just producing our own milk. And now they've made the whole thing with Trump where he's like, Canada has to accept our milk.
But now milk is not in the periodic table anymore. They're saying it's bad for humans.
Really?
All dairy is bad for humans. We don't really need it. And to be honest with you, we don't. Mm-hmm. Because it's come from cows. We're not born out of cows.
Yeah.
It's to nourish cows.
Yeah.
So they're not really nourishing humans. So now we're at a point where it's just like, damn, we've been drinking milk all this time, and now they're telling us that it's bad for us. Mm-hmm. That's why people have, what's it called again? Bad stomach linings because of the acids from the milk.
Yeah.
That's why people throw up or can't digest food properly. Mm-hmm. Cancer of the stomach and the intestines leads from milk. Yeah. But now they're starting doing studies and saying, yeah, milk is not really good for us. Dairy in general is not really good for us. It's hard because majority of our desserts, our whole grains is incorporated with milk. Yeah. That's why a lot of people connect milk allergies or milk diseases and sicknesses to gluten stuff. Yeah. Which is not really the case. Gluten is gluten by itself. Yeah. It's once you add the milk element or component to it, that's what people get the allergies and stuff. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people are not really doing that research into that. But milk is the catalyst of everything bad in the human body. Now we're starting to see it. I think it's a little bit too late because
it's already a part of our lives. It's already like completely incorporated in everything that we do.
So I think the generations to come, they'll be more immune to it. But from here to back in World War II days, we're done. Yeah. Like, that's already into our bodies from generations to generations. Now we had to find a time to cut it out our system. That's why you see a lot of people cutting dairy out of their diets, and they look super healthy. Yeah. They're more lean. They have more energy. They're ready to do work.
Yeah, but then you'll have two parts that'll be coming after that, because, like, especially in the States with the whole lobbying stuff, you're gonna have two sides coming together to try and, like, stop any type of study or any type of, you know, information in regards to that. Yeah. Because you're gonna have one, the dairy farmers and the dairy organizations saying that no, you can't do this, you can't stop this, and then you have, you know, like General Mills and all the cereal guys saying that, hey, like, if you ban milk and get rid of milk, like, what are we gonna do?
It's a domino effect. Yeah, I totally agree. If no milk, there's no cereal. Without the milk, there's no oats. Without the milk, there's no yogurt. There's no ice cream. There's no smoothies. It's a whole domino effect. Yeah, there is substitutes. Yeah, almond milk, cashew milk, goat milk. Yes, but at the same time too, goat milk is kind of the same bracket as cow milk, but it's not as bad because these cows are getting overworked.
It's the lactose.
Yes, the cows are getting overworked. They get birth, feed, to the point like pus is coming out, which is pretty bad. And now you're getting pus in your milk. Yeah. And they gotta process it to the point it's like, what am I getting now? I'm not getting the nourish from the cow. I'm just getting all this additives into it.
Just so everyone knows, we just had a special walk-in. Supposed to be on the show a little bit earlier on, but finally made it in at a great point in time. Ladies and gentlemen, Cody.
Good evening. On milk. Little tidbit. You ever drink chocolate milk out of a carton?
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever drink chocolate milk out of a carton? One more.
Yeah.
So, fun fact about chocolate milk out of a carton. The reason as to why it comes from a factory already produced chocolate milk. Mm-hmm. It's like we talked about pus in milk. We talked about pumping of cows for extra production. Mm-hmm. Blood, number one reason. So you get a cow, you're pumping, you're milking that cow. All of a sudden, the cow starts to bleed.
Yeah,
ruins the whole batch. What are you gonna do? You gonna dump it? No. Add a little bit of chocolate. Cover up. You talk about lobbying.
Yeah.
Cover up. Big pharma, big corporation, you name it. If there's $1 to be made, somebody's gonna scratch an itch.
100%.
And that's the issue, right? Spanning back to the alternatives, 100% I agree. You know, look into that goat milk, look into that sheep milk, look into that almond, that cashew, but be smart about it. Don't just support a cause because it's a trend or a fad or because you think it's a health aspect. There's a big thing right now, this massive producer, almond milk, California. I don't like supporting anything that comes out of California unless it's some sort of celebrity. But at the end of the day, it's a desert, and without the Hoover Dam, it'd still be a desert. And let's just say, at the end of the day, there's almond farms growing almonds, producing this milk, getting people jobs. It's great. Is it still bad for the environment? Yes, it is. 100%. Yes, it is.
Yeah. There's nobody's gonna win.
No, and that's the hard part, right? Like, you know, to fix everything that we've done in the last 100 years, you gotta start from the ground back up.
Yeah.
You know? You gotta get back to hunting and gathering. Go out and forage those berries. Go out and hunt your own meat. Stop supporting that mass produced. You know, support local, buy local, buy that farmer's tomatoes, buy that farmer's cucumbers, hit those local spots, buy that small farm cattle. And I don't support the condone eating of beef in general. I mean, we all do it. But if we all stop tomorrow, methane would go down.
Yeah.
The ozone layer would take 50, 80 years to repair. There are studies, right? Conspiracy theorist A, me conspiracy theorist B.
Okay, I like that.
And that's what it boils down to, you know. This damage that we've done, it is repairable. It's not like we're not gonna fucking implode in 100 years, you know. As scary as it sounds, these things can be repaired. It just takes a lot of time, and you gotta be smart about it. That's what it boils down to is if you're not active, if you're not involved, you might as well just line up
and call it a day.
That's it.
But also the main issue is that a lot of people, especially like what you're saying about the lobbyists, they don't want to change things.
No,
they want the status quo to keep going because there are so many different ways of like, especially with renewable energy and knowing that, you know, there are like our environment is like falling to shit.
Yeah,
our environment is completely falling to shit. But just because it's like, oh, it's not happening right now. So what's the big deal? Like, why should we make any steps? It's if you know something bad is gonna happen. Like for instance, if you know a tsunami is about to happen, are you gonna just stand there and be like,
now you about to run?
Well, it's happening, but it's not happening to me right now, so I'm okay.
Yeah.
When the water starts to come back in and it's not stopping, oh, now we should do something. We need to do something now. Like, come on. And that's the problem. And that's the problem that's going on with, especially with major lobbying and like we don't see it in Canada, but there is lobbying in Canada.
Yeah, 100%.
It's just very underground. But because it's not as out there presented as it was before. But all our politicians are like run by all these different corporations and all these companies. They want to sell out money to all these companies and whatnot and give over all of our power to these companies.
And
they're killing. And they're basically they don't care that they're killing us.
No.
Because hey, you people are dying.
That
has nothing to do.
They're turning a buck on us.
Yeah. Because like for instance, when you're talking about like with food.
Yeah.
If you notice that there's a total difference when it comes to food depending on your area. The food is completely different depending on where you live.
Yeah.
If you live in an area like Jane and Finch, do you think you're gonna find kale there?
No.
You think you're gonna find anything healthy? Asparagus?
No.
At Jane and Finch? No. But if you're downtown, you'll find kale. You'll find asparagus. You'll find spinach, and not just the regular bag stuff. No, the actual fresh spinach. You'll find good stuff
with the dirt still on it.
Yeah, so they know what they're doing, like all the different. And I believe that I totally wholeheartedly believe that every one of those grocery stores are all connected. Oh, they're all completely connected. When it's like all of a sudden you have a sale that's going on at Dominion or Metro. Sorry, I'm old. So I remember when it was Dominion. But you have a sale that's going on at Metro, and they're giving you like Kellogg's cornflakes, like the jumbo box, for $4.99. Yep. But then No Frills doesn't have it. But then the following week or 2 weeks later, all of a sudden No Frills is selling it for $4.99, and this place is selling it for next week.
It's the excess.
Yeah, right? It's because they want to make sure that the money is going around everywhere. Yeah. That every store is making a profit somewhere. Big. So they hike up something one place, then bring it down somewhere else. Yeah. And they just play a shell game. Yeah. So to make sure that you're going to every single store in the area.
100%.
It's the umbrella corporation effect, you know? Somebody at one point in time bought in and started that small chain, that small company. Mm-hmm. And somebody else looked at them and had a similar idea. They were doing something else somewhere and said, okay, you're working hard. I can see that. What's it going to take for us to own you. You can keep the name. You can keep everything about it. The branding, the logo. All we want to do is we have a house brand ourselves. Yeah. And we just want to implement that into your store. You know, you can go to a No Frills, right? And then you go to a Loblaws, right, which is a premium grocer. The No Frills and the Loblaws are the same brand. That's all it is. And exactly like my friend to the left of me just said, week A, it's one. Week B, it's the other. And it's just it's a handoff, a corporate handoff from one to the next. But at the end of the day, the man at the top, man in charge, always collects.
Yeah.
And that's the issue, right? When you support that little farmer, that local body, you know, they're bringing in work from out of province, out of country. They're bringing in I don't want to use this term, but I'm going to use this term, but migrant workers. You know, my parents just moved from the burbs down to a small town 30 minutes due east of Windsor, Ontario. Okay, and I was fortunate enough to finally go out and check it out. I've been to the neighboring town. I got a good friend of mine that lives in the neighboring town. I don't know if I even should bring the town up. But there are two major LP licensed producers for cannabis. I don't want to call it cannabis. I'm going to call it marijuana.
Yeah.
Weed. That are producing this plant under federal sanction in this town. Now,